Wait a second. How much of Earth is actually dark? You might guess the Antarctic or deep caves, but the real answer is the ocean.
Aha Doodles.
Less than 10% of our own planet has been mapped in any detail. We've walked on the moon, yet the abyssal plain remains a mystery to us. So our tiny submersible Alvin dives in. The pitch-black snapping photos of glowing critters that look like living knee. And signs, most of the seabed isn't rock, but layers of marine sediments waiting to be read. Before tanks, Persian divers in the Persian Gulf used hollow reeds to hit 3-minute breath hold records, basically the original underwater speed run. Then Egyptians started sailing big boats around 4000 BC, basically inventing the original cruise ship. The Phoenicians, total road trippers. By 600 BC, they had routes all over the Mediterranean. Fast forward to Prince Albert of Monaco, who practically turned the ocean into his personal aquarium with a fancy boat called the Hirondelle. Then came Edmund Halley, the guy who actually built a diving bell just to hang out underwater for hours. Eventually, real submersibles arrived, turning the deep dark blue in something we can finally map out. Today, we're diving deeper than ever before, finally seeing the abyssal plain in high definition. Even with HD cameras, those dark depths need a powerful spotlight, much like a flashlight in a pitch-black closet. Enter the ROV, a remotely operated vehicle on a very long, very expensive leash. These aren't just cameras. They are robotic hands that can snap up a delicate ice worm without crushing it. Then came the autonomous underwater vehicles that ditch the leash entirely. Think of them as the do not disturb mode of the ocean floor, mapping the abyss alone. That's how we finally count the unknown, turning the deep black into high-definition color. We send down clunky machines like Neris to snap photos, because down here, a selfie stick wouldn't reach past the snacks. And just like fireflies throwing a rave down there, over 1,800 species make their own glow to find snacks. But that glow isn't just for show. Some creatures even use it as a secret code to dodge hungry predators in the dark. Take the crystal jelly, for instance, which is that same bioluminescent flash to blend eyes and stage a dazzling escape act. But what's even more fascinating is how these creatures produce their glow. And it's not just jellyfish. Millions of tons of plankton in the ocean produce their own light, too. When they flash, it's like an underwater grip text where flash mobs out. Shine your phone screen every single time. Take the messy anglerfish, which is a glowing lure like a glowing lollipop to snag snacks in the eternal midnight. Down here, sunlight is a myth replaced by a living, breathing neon city of its own making. But the real trick isn't just glowing, it's using light as a weapon, a shield, or even a dating profile. Take the vampire squid, for instance. When things get weird, it flashes bright lights to absolutely confuse the heck out of any attacker. And deep down, the gulper eel bites big enough to swallow a small shark whole, then slowly chews at its own leisure. Some creatures even use counter-illumination to vanish, matching the weak light from above, so predators see nothing but water. High pressure would crush a human in seconds. Yet these animals not only survive, they thrive without even flinching. It's a world where darkness isn't the end. It's the starting line for the wildest survival strategies on Earth. So you dive past the crush zone in the pitch-black abyss. Then bam! A volcano spews superheated black smoke right at your face. They actually call them black smokers because the superheated water can hit a sizzling 400 degrees Celsius. That is hotter than your oven baking a pizza.
Wait, hot water? Yes, but the water also dumps pure minerals like iron and sulfur.
Here's the twist. No sun means no plants, so bugs replace photosynthesis with chemosynthesis. Tall red and white tube worms grow 2 meters high, waving their feathery red heads. Giant clams the size of dinner plates stack up, claiming their spat in the heat. These chemical factories fuel whole ecosystems without a single ray of sunlight. So you're happy with your thermal vents. But who actually braved the crushing dark to see what lies below? Fast forward to 2012, when filmmaker James Cameron Solo dove the Mariana Trench, proving can explore the abyss without waiting for a buddy's permission slip. He dropped in the Challenger Deep, the planet's absolute deepest point where your Snickers would get crushed like empty soda cans instantly. The pressure down there hits over 8 tons per square inch, enough to turn a tank of air in solid helium. No vegetables, no plastic trash, just him and the silence of the deepest point on Earth. Then he had to get out. The windows fagged, the heaters kicked, and the scent began gross. We finally touched the bottom, but honestly, we barely scratched the surface of what's down there. Below the sunlit zone, the light doesn't just fade, it gets stolen. Enter the mess up. Elagic, the twilight zone, where only 1% of sunlight remains. To survive this dim cafeteria, creatures evolved giant mouths and teeth that look like they need a dentist. But the real trick: bioluminescence, a living light show that no electricity ever powered. Some even flash codes to confuse predators, turning the deep dark into a chaotic disco of blinking lights. It's a world where the rules of gravity seem to apply differently, and stealth means glowing in the dark. So imagine diving past that glowing disco floor into a world of pure, crushing silence. Here, the seabed isn't flat. It's mostly the abyssal plain, an endless stretch of soft mud. This mud is just ancient marine sediment, piled up for millions of years like a slow-motion snowstorm. But wait, look down deeper. The plates shift, pushing up massive underwater mountain ranges. These are the mid-ocean ridges where new crust forms and seafloor spreading happens right now. Then there are the trenches. Deep, jagged scars carved by tectonic plates crashing into each other. Geographers tell us these areas are less known than the surface of the moon. Seriously, we have better maps of Mars than our own backyard. That is a pretty embarrassing fact. Today, we don't just send brave humans down. We send smart robots that never get tired or cold. No lunch breaks for me. These machines treat the ocean like a giant, messy library. And they're using AI to organize it all instantly. Wait, they don't even need to come up for updates. They send data right back through sound waves super fast.
And the materials? Impossible for us. New shells made of carbon fiber that crush proof against the ocean's heavy punch.
But hold that thought, because just beyond those vents, a massive mud volcano named Loki's Castle hides chimneys that spew superheated black goo, turning the dark floor into a strange bubbling car wash. Forget the vents for a second, that mud. It's actually a climate break. This cold abyss sucks up heat like a cosmic AC unit. It keeps our entire planet from frying. And yeah, the food web starts down here too. Dead skin and fish poop rain down, feeding the benthos. Think about that. Your dinner is powered by ancient sediment layers. Terrigen mouse dust, chemical bits, life after life. We mapped less than 10 of this monster. It hides more secrets than a medieval guild, but nobody's paying. So that alien world you pictured, it's the engine room of our home, not just a spooky basement. We finally know why it matters, because without this dark, cold depth, we simply wouldn't be here.
And honestly,
that's the best reason to keep looking down.